there everyone, Big Mouth here. I've decided that I'm going to be doing a show every week. What's this show going to be about? Hell, I don't know. Probably something interesting. Most likely something that happened in the past week or something like that. All I do know for sure is that each episode's only going to be 30 seconds long. That's it. I'm sure you can give me 30 seconds a week to talk about some main topic, right? So look for a new 30-second weekly every, let's say, Friday. That's all I had prepared. It's been 30 seconds. I want to talk about Gotham. Now, I'm a huge Batman fan, and I have my doubts about this show. First, it's on Fox, which cancels most of my favorite shows. But mostly it's the premise. Why make a Batman show without Batman? I mean, the trailers spell it out for you. Before Catwoman, before Penguin, before Batman, before anything interesting happened. Still, I like the way the show is shot, and getting past the premise, it's okay. But Harvey Bullock is not a dirty cop! The Simpsons Family Guy crossover episode aired on Sunday, and I have one word to describe it. Adequate. Now, The Simpsons is probably my favorite cartoon, and I've been watching as consistently as possible since I can remember. But Family Guy? Family Guy started off great, but nowadays it just seems to be playing chicken with the FCC, and too often offends me. But I was glad to see in the crossover that The Simpsons pulled back the Griffins nicely, though some of the things the Family Guy writers made The Simpsons do made me go, no! The big weekend is finally here, New York Comic Con! This will be JB Entertaining This' third year going, and the anticipation is too much! As some of you may know, Jock Squad JB will be cosplaying this year, as always. Today, Friday, look for the Green Goblin. On Saturday, he'll be debuting his Punk Creeper cosplay. And Sunday is Deadpool Fun Day. I wish I could be going, but alas, I'm just a cartoon manifestation of Jock Squad JB's personality. I guess that means I'm going. It's October, and that means it's time for Halloween. Soon the monsters and ghouls will be walking about, and I couldn't be happier. This time of year is great. But there's one creature that really truly terrifies me. Ghosts. Now, I'm not saying seeing a dearly departed loved one wouldn't be nice, but the thought of an apparition being malicious towards me freaks me out. How can you stop something which has no physical form? It's hard to say, but one thing for sure is if there's ghosts about, I'm out. Boo. Ah!
So I says to him, you don't got the guts. And then he has the nerve to call me spineless. So I says, you can see my spine right here, you numbskull.
You're so annoying.
What's the matter? You don't find these jokes humorous?
Listen here, buddy, I got a bone to pick with you.
Do you think that's funny, pal?
I was just...
That is offensive to my people, and you have no right to make jokes like that.
Good grief. Happy Halloween, everyone! Some jerk rode by here on his horse and chopped off my head. But don't worry, it's not all bad. Here are my top 5 reasons why. Number 5, no more wasted money on hats. Number 4, brain freeze is a thing of the past. Number 3, no more dentist trips. Number 2, no more headaches. And the number 1 reason why not having a head isn't a problem? Easier lip-syncing animation. Hey! Hey there, everyone! Today I'll be doing my first ever viewer-suggested episode. Way back when I first started this vlog, Super Ass Clown Deluxe, wonderful name, suggested I do an episode on quantum entanglement. What a great topic! I myself love science. I remember as a young lad waking up early on Saturday mornings to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy and the lesser-known Beakman's World. So, as a staunch supporter of the scientific world, I'm here to fulfill Assie's wish. For those of you who don't know, quantum entanglement is... The big event finally happened! The Simpsons crossed over with Futurama and it was hilarious! As a huge fan of both shows, I was happy with how it turned out. There were a lot of great Simpsons references and probably had one of the best scruffy moments ever. Possibly the best part, though, was Homer and Bender's romance. That's robot bromance. The only real issue I had was I wish it was longer, like the hour-long Family Guy crossover. But c'est la vie. Personally, though, I always wanted to find out the Simpsons don't age because of a temporal paradox caused by the professor. Thanksgiving is next week and I'm super excited. I get to see my family, I get to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade, and I get to eat. Mashed potatoes, corn, green beans, it's all so yummy. But of course the very best part is the turkey.
I am the Turkinator. Is this the year 1621?
No, this is 2014.
Damn it, I must have miscalculated. 1621 Plymouth Plantation, Massachusetts. Go!
Anyway, like I was saying, the best part of Thanksgiving is the delicious ham. Happy Thanksgiving from JB Entertaining This. Black Friday is here, or should I say Black Thursday. Companies need to stop opening earlier on Thanksgiving and let their employees visit.
I am the ghost of Black Friday's yet to come. Soon Black Thursday will become the official start of the holiday sales. Then Black Wednesday. But despite your capitalistic nature, Black Tuesday will come again, just as it did in 1929. And the stock market shall crash.
Wait a minute, are you the crazy hobo that yells about chickens?
They're here to steal our women!
So, have you been a good boy this year, Big Mouth?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. That quantum entanglement video was rather sarcastic.
I didn't know sarcasm was naughty.
What about your racism towards that poor defenseless skeleton?
But he...
And let's not forget it is your fault we eat ham at Thanksgiving now.
Wait, what?
Krampus, stop bothering Big Mouth. You know he's on the nice list.
Coming, Santa. You got off lucky this year.
Happy Krampusnacht, everybody! I hope you've been good this year. It's a pleasure to meet you, Frosty. I'm a big fan of yours.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
I always love watching your story every year at Christmas time, but a few things always bothered me. I mean, you aren't a very good role model.
How so?
Well, first you convince the kids to follow a complete stranger, then you have them run around a busy city, and then you blatantly disregard a policeman's direct orders. Common sense would have told you this isn't good behavior to instill in children. What, were you born yesterday?
Well, actually, at the time, it was my birthday.
Oh, yeah. "'Twas the weeklies before Christmas went all through the desk, not a creature was stirring except for this pest. The stockings were hung behind me on the wall, because a fireplace would have taken too long to draw. Fred brought in his frame, and I in my seat could not wait for Christmas, for family and treats. When out from off-screen there arose such a clatter, that I wish I had interns to go see what was the matter. When what to my wondering eye would appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Okay, this just got too ridiculous. I'm ending this right here. Happy Christmas, everyone! Hope you have a happy Christmas from JB Entertaining This. This year I wanted to do something special for my first New Year's with you all, so I built this miniature New Year's ball to count down to the next year. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I don't know what could have went wrong. Let me take a look. Hold that New Year. Let me see. Hope you all have a happy New Year from JB Entertaining This. Dear Diary. No. Dear Journal. No, I could do better than that. Stardate 1/1/2015. The New Year is upon me, and I've set out the goals I wish to accomplish this year. I resolved to do these few tasks, and will call them my statement of intent regarding this current time period. First, I pledge to make more ice cream and burrito cartoons, as they seem to be popular. Second, I pledge to put this game development degree to good use and finally make a game. Lastly, I pledge my desk to give it a glorious sheen. Ahem. For this week's episode, if I may be so bold, I'd like to tell you about Gallivant. It's quite a funny show, and everyone should know the mini-series known as Gallivant. Lols will be had at every number. To miss a second would be a blunder. Such silly fantasy, it's very Python-y, plus Princess Bride you see. A spectacle called Gallivant. Ahem.
This just in. Agent Carter is a spy-smashing success. Who knew a Marvel serial led by a dame could be so riveting? Action, adventure, drama, all these things and more, rounded out by Carter's take-charge wit and attitude. I could watch her take on enemies of America all day. She ain't too bad on the eyes, neither. Jarvis is a welcome addition to the Marvel cast of characters, too, especially how he butts heads with the would-be S.H.I.E.L.D.'s finest. Let's hope for more espionage, more intrigue, and gosh darn it, more Howard Stern. Don't waste 5 cents going to the Nickelodeon when you can view last week's episode for free. And don't forget to subscribe to JB Entertainingness, a proud partner of the Channel Frederator Network. New episodes of 30 Second Weeklies every Friday at 8 p.m.
Man, Constantine, it's bloody brilliant. It's perhaps the best of any live-action DC TV show to date. I'm upset to say I've never read the comics, but I know enough of the character to know they're doing him justice. It's a great example of making new stories while paying service to the fans. When I saw Dr. Fate's helmet in the first episode, I nearly flipped. NBC needs to realize it needs to be shown at a better time if they expect the audience to tune in. I know I can only catch it on demand myself. So if you like this show, or any show in general, try to tune in, or at the very least watch it through some legitimate means. So the trailer for Josh Trank's new take on the Fantastic Four is here, and all I can say is, meh. It does absolutely nothing to make me feel better about this film and just looks so bland. My biggest issue is that it's devoid of life and color and looks like every other sci-fi movie that came out in the past few years. Like Interstellar and Gravity. At least those had astronauts. I mean, say what you will about the original films, but at least they had their own style and were actually pretty close in tone with the comics. At the very least, they could have made the costumes in this a dark blue. Oh, and give that thing some pants! Valentine's Day is around the corner, but I've never fallen in love. One day I hope that Cupid will shoot me with his arrow and...
Did I get ya?
Where the hell did you shoot at me?
I'm Cupid, mate. I heard you were looking for some lovin'.
Well, yeah, but not from a sniper rifle. What happened to your bow and arrow?
Gotta keep up with the times. Bows are old school.
Hey, over here. Can you even see me?
Love is blind, my friend. I don't need to see who I'm shooting to make others fall in love. Pretty, fat, ugly, dog, couch, no one gets to choose who they're attracted to. Not even me.
Well, I guess that's pretty progressive thinking. So I was all set to have a different topic for this week's 30 Second Weeklies, but, as I'm sure you all know, something spectacular happened this week. Spider-Man is coming home! This is the best news I think I've ever read on the internet, and I have just one thing to say to this. How about you climb aboard the gravy train, Fox? Let me know in the comments what you guys think will happen to Spidey now that Marvel and Sony are pals. So the lineup for the new Ghostbusters movie was revealed and the internet is ablaze. Melissa McCartney, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones are the new Ghostbusters, to which many have made misogynistic remarks. I, for one, really don't care that they're women. It doesn't change anything for me. What bothers me most is that it's a reboot when they could have easily and preferably continued the story from the first two films, making Ghostbusters a global company. That way, if one film doesn't do well, they could try a new movie with a new cast and a new setting while retaining a set universe. Honestly, though, I'm just getting sick of Melissa McCartney. This week marks JB Entertainingness' 1-year anniversary being part of the Channel Frederator Network, and all I have is love for everything they've done for me. Not only have I networked with lots of amazing artists, but being part of the CFN has spurred me on to boost my upload game. I used to maybe do 4 or 5 videos a year, but this first year with the CFN I made 37. But because of that I made it to the front page of Newgrounds twice, won a trip to LA to meet the production crew of Bob's Burgers, and best of all, got to personally meet the big man Fred Siebert himself. If you're an artist, I can't recommend the Channel Frederator Network more highly. They truly love you. So my friends like to joke that I'm cursed. Why? Because every time I start to enjoy a TV show, it gets canceled. Greg the Bunny, Young Justice, Batman Brave and the Bold, Briscoe County Jr., The Tick, the list goes on. But hold on a sec, The Tick is coming back. And there's gonna be an Evil Dead TV show? Things are starting to look up. Now, in what seems to be the end of my curse, some shows I currently watch are coming back too. Both The Librarians and Man-Seeking Woman have been greenlit for second seasons. My biggest wish now is that since Sony and Marvel are playing nice again, we get a new season of Spectacular Spider-Man. Happy Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone! I'm a huge fan of this holiday, but not for why most love it. You see, I love Irish culture and mythology, but I myself can't stand drinking.
How can you like Irish culture and not like alcohol? They go hand in hand like the Blarney Stone and kissing.
Well, aside from the taste, I don't like losing control of my body.
Drinking doesn't make you lose control of your body.
See?
You haven't proved nothing, boyo.
Why are you even drinking this early? We shoot this show at 9 a.m.
Oh, well then like the old saying goes, top of the morning, bottoms up. Why don't you tell me in the comment section what's your favorite part of St. Patty's, boyo? And don't forget to subscribe to JB Entertainments. New episodes of 30 Second Weeklies every Friday at 8 p.m.
This week, the trailer for the Pixels movie came out, to which a lot of people are split. On the one hand, we get a movie that is basically one of the best Futurama episodes ever come to life. On the other hand, all the great Futurama characters are replaced by Adam Sandler and friends. Now, I'm not a hater of Adam Sandler. Any movie I see gets fair judgment regardless of actors. My issue is the premise requires a lot of suspension of disbelief to account for what seems to be a shoddy premise. Still, it looks great if only for the game characters, but you should check out the original short by Patrick Jean just in case this movie has no game. See what I did there? Let me know in the comment section what your opinion of the trailer is. Do you think the retro nostalgia will overcome people's predisposition to Adam Sandler? And don't forget to subscribe to JB Entertaining This. New episodes of 30 Second Weeklies every Friday at 8 p.m. It's an honor to have the Easter Bunny on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Big Mouth.
You must be pretty busy, what with Easter being only 2 days away. Care to let us in on your game plan?
Of course. First, I hand-weave the baskets. This takes the most time because I try to make every child's basket with love and care. Next, I make the candy using ancient bunnies' recipes. After this, I sneak to each house and poop out some eggs, hide them, and place the baskets where the kids will find them. They're always so happy.
I'm sorry, did you just say you poop out the eggs?
Well, yeah, where do you think they come from?
Chickens, maybe?
Well, that just sounds absurd.
Happy Easter, everyone! Were you keeping an eye out for how many Easter eggs are hidden in this week's episode? Leave your answer in the comment section. If anyone gets it right, I'll give them a shout out in next week's show. And why don't you check out last year's cartoon to see why the Easter Bunny hides his eggs?
So as you can see, I'm having a bit of a pest problem. Bedbugs have invaded the set and become quite a nuisance. Thankfully, they're not dangerous. I looked it up online and they don't spread diseases, but I don't like little bugs sucking my blood in my sleep. And yes, I sleep in this office. There's actually a full apartment under this desk. I was considering not doing the weeklies this week because of the issue, but I told myself, damn it, you made a promise to your viewers and yourself to do an episode every week, and by damn it, that's just what you're gonna do. Phew, I should have worked myself up.
So Netflix and Marvel premiered their new Daredevil show, and I love it so much that I decided to try and live a day in the life of Matt Murdock. Takes a bit of getting used to, but it's not too bad. Whoops, there goes my name card. Anyway, the show's perfect, so grounded in reality, but with a little twist of fantasy. It's one of Marvel's best work yet! Sorry, Fredbot. It's arguably Marvel's most serious piece to date, but it's still lighthearted and funny in moments, something DC sorely needs to learn to do. But the best part is definitely the fight scenes. I've never seen such brutal, realistic fights in anything. All this, and I've only seen the first episode! Maybe being Daredevil would be easier if I had superpowers. Alright, where's the light switch? Oh, much better. What did you guys think of Marvel's new MCU outing? Sound off in the comment section, true believers! This week was crazy full of trailers. Star Wars, Batman v Superman, Fantastic, Jurassic World, Attack on Titan even. It's too much to devote an episode each to. So with a few seconds left in this episode, I'm gonna give my opinions of these trailers. Speedrun style. Attack on Titan. Seems good, never got that far into the show though. Jurassic World. Looking great. Love Chris Pratt, but who keeps building these parks? Fantastic. Still got my issues, but at least there's some humor peeking out in the bleak, faded world they're building. Batman v Superman. Gotta admit, I'm interested, if only to see Batfleck get some payback after Superman destroyed half a city. Episode 7. I can't be more hyped for this film, but I kinda wanted to see Old Man Chewie. I'm starting off Superhero Month with probably my favorite hero, the Creeper. He's a very obscure but cult favorite DC Comics hero hailing from Gotham City. There are a bunch of different origins over the years, but my favorite is from Batman the Animated Series, where newsman Jack Ryder, basically DC's Stephen Colbert, is subjected to the same chemical that made the Joker, but with some added Joker gas in the mix. The result was a maniac crime fighter with super agility, wall climbing, and hyper healing. His laugh is even said to be physically painful to evildoers. Jack Squad JB is one of the few to cosplay as him, and even won Best Adult Male Cosplay at this year's East Coast Comic Con. Go check him out! I could go on longer about the Creeper, but I only have 30 seconds. I highly suggest looking into him, though. Remember, all May I'll be doing another spotlight on a different superhero, many of which are obscure and could use the exposure. Who's your favorite hero? Let me know in the comments section. And stay tuned for more 30-second weeklies, true believers. The pint-sized foul-mouthed master of quack food known as Howard the Duck isn't exactly a superhero, but he's always being pissed off by them. Sadly, Howard seems to always have it rough. Throughout his history, he's been sued by Disney for being too much like Donald Duck, though ironically they own him now, and has the unfortunate legacy of having one of the worst films of all time. Well, I rather enjoyed myself in a B-movie campy way, but things are looking up for Howard. First, he showed up in the end credits of Guardians of the Galaxy, of which I nearly laid an egg I was so excited to see, but now he's got one of the best comic series out at the moment. I don't usually buy comics monthly, but Howard's new series is a hilarious, almost characteristic look at the Marvel Universe, and you should quack and check it out. Even though his movie has a cult following after the fact, Howard in general is a great character, and I'm glad Marvel's using him more. What other character would you like the industry to show more love to? Let me know in the comments. Remember, all May I'll be doing another spotlight on a different superhero, many of which are obscure and could use the exposure. Stay tuned for more 30-second weeklies, true believers. The Big Blue Bug of Justice is one of the cultiest of cult favorites. 7 feet tall and nigh invulnerable, the Tick is a formidable foe for any evildoer. But what makes him the city's best hero is his unflinching resolve to do what's right. The Tick started out in a comic series by Ben Edlund, but his legacy really peaked with his 90s animated series, which was such a universally comedic spoof of superheroes that the decidedly adult Comedy Central even aired it in syndication for a while. Unfortunately, the Tick's foray into live action only lasted a few episodes, but Patrick Warburton's near-flawless portrayal of the character is getting a second shot in the coming years thanks to Amazon. It's a good time to be a Tick fan. You should check out the Tick by any means necessary, if only to see his rogues gallery. His arch nemesis is called Chairface Chippendale, and it's quite literal, so that alone should pique your interest. Remember, all May I'll be doing another spotlight on a different superhero, many of which are obscure and could use the exposure. Stay tuned for more 30-second weeklies, true believers. I happened upon this character while leaving New York Comic Con and instantly fell in love. Though not a hero, Oxymoron intrigues me so much I just had to tell the world. Created as part of a 30-day character challenge, creator Tyler James made a character obsessed with contradictions, either pulling crimes based on oxymorons or killing people that portray them. The writing is fantastic. Like a mix between the Joker and Deadpool, Oxy has some great capers and even greater dialogue. And it's one of the few comics I've read that features a villain as a main character. If you can, check out comicstribe.com and get yourself a book of his stories. Because as Oxy says, a good villain is hard to find. It's difficult to give in and buy a book on a character you know nothing about, but if Oxy's any indication, I should be doing this much more often. Have you found an indie character you want the world to know about? Let me know in the comments. Remember, all May I'll be doing another spotlight on a different superhero, many of which are obscure and could use the exposure. Stay tuned for more 30-second weeklies, true believers. One of my biggest regrets regrets in life is that I only heard of the Aquabats recently from their Super Show, which aired on the Hub back in 2012. But this half-band, half-superhero, all-radtastic group instantly hooked me in. Their songs are catchy, quirky, and right up my alley. Their show and music videos are like Power Rangers mixed with the Tick. And they even did a live show of Strong Bad once. Ricky Fitness, Jimmy the Robot, Crash McLarson, Eagle Bones Falconhawk, and my personal favorite, the MC Bat Commander, are excellent performers, musicians, and role models. Go look them up! They're super rad! Unfortunately, their show got canceled, but the MC Bat Commander's vlog is giving me my monthly dose of Aquabat antics. Maybe one day I'll be able to make a music video or cartoons with them. One can only dream. That's it for Superhero Month, guys! What was your favorite featured character? Let me know in the comments! I don't think it's a secret that I love being part of the Channel Frederator Network. Since joining in February of 2014, I've gone on to meet and collaborate with many awesome artists online, and have had many amazing experiences, including meeting the man who started Frederator, Fred Siebert. I just learned that Frederator is starting what they call the Channel Frederator Network Ambassador Program. Basically, it allows current members like myself to refer other channels on YouTube to join the CFN, and I get a little something for each channel that does through me. You don't even have to be an animator either. Anyone with a channel on YouTube that produces some sort of content is eligible, and I can't recommend it higher. Click the link in the description to get started. For more than 20 years now, I've gone to my favorite place in the whole world, Knoebels. It's a family amusement park in Pennsylvania that's got free parking and free admission. The best part is that it's got a rustic theme. Many of the rides are made of wood, including the Phoenix roller coaster, which is routinely voted one of the best in the country. The park also tries to build around trees as best as possible, so it's got a nice nature feel to it. On top of this, you can rent campsites and cabins and stay across the street from the park overnight. The food is amazing too, and when all is said and done, you can spend a fraction of what you would at bigger mainstream parks. If you like good-natured fun and camping, look into Knoebels. Marvel finally cast an actor to play Punisher in Netflix's Daredevil. The lucky badass to get the part is Jon Bernthal, who's probably best known for his portrayal of Shane on The Walking Dead. I gotta say, while he wasn't first on my list of potential supervillain killers, he's definitely a great pick for the role. He's definitely got the look, and his intensity is palpable on screen. My only regret is Thomas Jane won't be returning to the role after playing Punisher in the first film back in 2004. He played a cool but capable Castle very well, but also has such deep love of playing the character, he even starred in a 10-minute fan film by Adi Shankar alongside Ron Perlman. You should go check that one out. This week marks the third and supposed final game in the Batman Arkham series by Rocksteady Games, and my god is it fun. It's good to be Batman again. I've been playing for about 10 hours now and I've barely scratched the surface. The detail and content in these games is always staggering, and this one is one of the most well-developed yet. The writing is also superb and one of the biggest reasons why I love these games. Open world games like Skyrim are fun, but these Arkham titles really give you a lot to discover, especially in the Batmobile. Though there were some day one glitches, including one that scared the crap out of me, this game is near perfect. I'm just hoping they finally put the Creeper in already. I'd like to welcome this week's guest, America's favorite figment, Uncle Sam.
Thanks for having me, Big Mouth.
Sam, I was wondering what you think of the good old US of A and how it's changed over the years.
Well, let me tell you, since my birth back in 1776, a lot has happened. More states have been added, wars have been fought, the African slaves were given freedom, the women folk not only were given equal rights, but they can work now too. And now we have gays getting married legally all over the country. And you ask me what I think?
Yes?
I think it took us long enough.
Whew, you had me worried there, Sam. I've never been a political person, mostly due to politicians and their two-faced ways. But recently I've become extremely interested in the trajectory of America, all thanks to one man, Bernie Sanders. The senator from Vermont has a lot of great issues he's tackling, including free college, fairly taxing the 1%, universal health care, and generally building up the lower middle class to fix the economy and get the USA back on track. As much as I hate the connotations of the title, millennials like me love Bernie because he's genuinely interested in investing in my generation because we're America's future. Imagine that! A politician who bases his campaign on logic and truth. Fan art is a fun way to show appreciation for the entertainment and artists you like. I've done my fair share in the form of videos, cosplay, and illustrations. But now for the first time in my life, I've received fan art for my own work thanks to the Channel Frederator Network Sketch a Day event. To start off, here's a great picture of me in a deep rant thanks to S-House Studio, who inspired the day's sketch topic of, well, me. Next up is JW the Majestic's rendition of my glorious visage in a rather matter-of-fact pose. Lastly is F. Miguel 99's heroic shot of me from Superhero Month, fighting for truth, justice, and entertainingness everywhere. Thanks for the great work, guys! It was great to see other artists' take on my work. I'd love to see more. If you make any, be sure to post them to my Facebook page. And be sure to click on the links in the description to see the featured fan art and their creators. And don't forget to subscribe to JB Entertaining This. New episodes of 30 Second Weeklies every Friday at 8 p.m. Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite game series. I'm not a hardcore fighting game player, but Mortal Kombat attracts me for lots of reasons. Of all the fighting games, Mortal Kombat is arguably the best and most thought-out storyline spanning over 10 games, and almost every character has a storyline worth exploring. I also love the game's ability to be hyper-gory and silly at the same time. DLC is the only issue. Even though you get some epic characters like Freddy Krueger, Jason, and Predator, I miss the days of unlocking multiple characters without having to spend an extra $50. Though I will forgive everything if they put in Ash from Evil Dead. Oh, what's in a name? A lot of folks ask me why my channel's name is JB Entertaining This. Well, it's a short story, but an interesting one. Back when I started this channel over 8 years ago, I wanted to name my work using my initials. Originally, I wanted it to be JB Entertainment, but was worried about copyright issues in case someone else had that name, which of course they did. So I decided to make up a word. I chose Entertaining This because I wanted it to show that my art was entertaining. Funny thing is, I recently discovered Entertaining This is actually a long since outdated word, which means exactly what I meant it to. Having the quality of being entertaining. Deadpool is one of my all-time favorite characters. I love him so much I cosplay as him whenever I can. And what's not to love? He's crazy, expertly skilled, can't be killed, and has some of the best dialogue in comics history. When Ryan Reynolds kept pushing for the film, I was 100% on board. Not only did I want it to be made in general, but Reynolds' snarky wit and athleticism fit the bill perfectly. But not only did the trailer increase my hype 1,000 times, but in great Deadpool fashion, Reynolds even released a trailer for the trailer, which made it even more tantalizing. I can't wait to see how this film comes out, and especially await a gag reel of him and TJ Miller's Weasel riffing about how ugly Deadpool's face is. And it comes out just in time for Valentine's Day. Retail sucks. Aside from wasting away at a store instead of creating artwork like I wish I could do for a living, there are a lot of reasons to hate it. Sometimes you're stuck in a dead-end job with no advancement opportunity, like myself, or sometimes it's too boring on slow days or too high-paced like in the holidays. But the worst is bad customers. When I get a nice, respectful customer, I'm happy as a clam. But there are just some people that exude nastiness and negativity, and no matter what you do, they just make you feel terrible. Whether it be insisting on discounts you can't give, making a mess of the store, or simply just being a rotten person, bad customers make the job hell. But it'll all be worth it once my art career kicks in. So my friends always make remarks when I tell them I enter sweepstakes, contests, and other online events. They tend to have this idea that it's a waste of time and nobody ever wins. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. Over the past few years, I've won free food, video games, a PlayStation 3 when it came out, and more. Probably the best thing I ever won was my week-long trip to LA to visit Bento Box Entertainment for an animation experience. Hell, even this week, I just won free tickets to New York Comic Con by winning the drawing contest at the Heroes Party they threw at the Latitude Bar and Grill in New York City. Basically, as long as they're not asking for personal info or cost you a lot of money, give contests a shot. The indie game Styx Master of Shadows intrigued me the moment I saw the trailer. It's a pure stealth game where you play as a pint-sized goblin trying to uncover his past. And boy, do I love it! This stealth game focuses so hard on the concept that it gets the genre perfectly, and the tension is exhilarating. The levels are well thought out too, with many paths to take and dizzying heights to climb to. The character of Styx is also delightfully crude and well-voiced. It's not without its flaws though, with horrendous lip-syncing, unforgiving edge detection, and near-impossible combat. But all this just makes sticking to the shadows more tantalizing. Saving frequently helps too. If you like stealth games, the $30 price point is well worth it. I've been meaning to do a stop-motion episode for a while, and now with finally getting the industry-standard Dragon Frame software, as well as the release of Armacrog, I decided to do it. Armacrog is an amazing new title by the creator of The Neverhood, Skull Monkeys, and Earthworm Jim, and one of my personal idols, Doug TenNapel. It's a point-and-click adventure game about a space adventurer named Tommyknot and his dog Beak as they discover the strange abandoned structure of Armacrog. The genre is one that needs to be revived, and stop-motion creates such a fantastic visual experience that no other medium can provide. Make sure you get this game when it releases next week, and support this creative genre. We've hit 52 episodes, marking 1 year of content for this little show. That's over 25 minutes worth of interviews, reviews, and talk about, well, whatever. I got to talk about my favorite things, meet interesting characters, experiment with different art styles, and gain some fans along the way. It's been an overall success, resulting in over 67,000 views. Unfortunately, while I love doing this show, it's taken a lot of time for my other projects, so this will be the last weeklies for now. I'll still be doing this show, just not in a weekly fashion, but this will give me more time to make bigger videos, cosplays, and other work. And we're even starting a Patreon page. So thanks for coming on this journey with me, and keep tuning in. I'm gonna miss doing this show weekly, but a whole year's worth of episodes is no small feat, and I'll always look back on this fondly. Be sure to check out the 30-second Weeklies Supercut, which has every episode in one video. What was your favorite moment from the show, and what would you like to see from JB Entertaining This next? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to JB Entertaining This. Look for episodes of 30 Seconds with Big Mouth airing whenever.